Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. What's up? A one in the chat. Just point to me with a pen.
Right here. Oh, I found new ones too. What did I say, man?
The black one, that's people.
A fresh batch.
Mosai and Christ. How about you from thumb to the brothers? Y'all should understand about you, the sisters, right? Hebrew Class Friday. You know what I mean? Lashawan Qadash, right? All questions are welcome, right? Hebrew now. There's a Hebrew class of Hebrew. You know what I mean? Lashawan Qadash, right? Lashawan Qadash, right? Qadash, right? Lashawan meaning tongue, right? Tongue, right? But this is tongue in the Old English sense, right? As you know, in Hebrew, if you see a wa in the word, the wa is like an I and G, right? So Lashawan is not exactly the word for tongue, but it is to say what tongue you speak. All right. So the actual word for tongue is Lashan. Lashan is the actual word for tongue. Right? That's the actual word for tongue. Okay. Let me see how we can see this on the board. Most time Christ. Jahim, what's going on, brother Jahim? All right. How about Isupk Lashawan? It says, I sent you my question in Messenger, sir. You can get it. You can get to it if you can. Okay. Okay, Hamania, what's going on? What's going on, Hamania? Shimon Shai. Your questions are. Okay. I'm going to take a question right now, Jahim, all right? But we do want to go into Israelite foods today. Israelite foods, all right? We got a scripture. So every week, we try to get a scripture that Jeremiah broke down yesterday. All right? And what we do is we'll put the scripture up here, or we'll take words, keywords from that scripture, right? And we'll go there, right? Jahim says, I got a question for Hebrew class today because I got the Hebrew alphabet and I just need a breakdown on the letters, not the alphabet, where it got the letter and what the word is under it. But the two boxes under that are the one. Okay, so from what I'm getting, you want what each Hebrew character means. You want, what they are. If that's what you're saying, I'm going to do that. If that's not what you're saying, then I'm not going to do that. But if that's what you're saying, that's what I'm going to do. All right? So right quick, Lashawan is not rightly the word for tongue like a tongue. But Lashawan is tongue like, what tongue do you speak? The actual word for tongue is Lashan. This wa right here, wa, in the middle of any word. I know you're looking at the English that it's not looking like it's the middle of the word, but in the midst of the word is the point, right? La, sha, here's Lashan, right? Here's Lashan. La, shan, right? In the middle of the word, you're going to put a wa in the middle of the word because that wa is how we say ing. ing. Okay? So Lashan is tongue. Qadash is the word everywhere to mean separate. Why? Because the Lord divided the nations, the Lord separated the nations, right? And he left one language that was from the beginning with us. He left the language with us. So this language became separate unto us, where everybody else went and spoke Chinese, and went and spoke Arabic, and went and spoke Aramaic, and went and spoke Amharic, and went and spoke, whatever Kurdish nonsense is out there. Went and spoke all those languages, all the Shemite languages. all of the Japhite languages, the ancient Roman language, the ancient Greek tongue, right? That was spoken by the Japhetic people. You know, the ancient Hamitic tongues. He gave all people their own language and separated this language unto us. You can read about that in Genesis 11. Okay, good, right? Something else I wanted to bring out. I don't want to confuse you guys with that. Okay, well, okay. We'll go into that a little later about how we got the word Lashan. We're gonna go into that, right? I'll give you a clue, right? There's a preposition, and then there's an actual word, right? We're gonna get that right now. Okay. Okay. Shapatayat, what's going on, brother man? Shapatayat. Shalom, priest. Yahweh Shapatah. All right. Okay. We got someone down here. Aisha Allah. Brother. Aisha Allah. I like what you did there. The brother got the ancient Hebrew for his YouTube name on YouTube. That is dope. That's heavy. You know what I mean? Brother, sometime hit me on my phone, right? on my Facebook Messenger. Let me know how you did that, because I want to do that too. You know what I mean? Okay, so we got the whole idea of Lashawan Qadash, how it's formed, right? Good. Okay. So now, of course, the Hebrew alphabet, what Jahim was asking about, right? Hebrew has 22 characters. We don't call them letters because these are not letters. These are characters because they represent a thing, which is what Jahim was asking about. So we're going to start at the top, right? So we got 22. Half of 22 is 11 and 11. So I'm going to put 11 over here, put 11 over here. Let's mark the middle of the board. In the kingdom of heaven, we read and write on the right side of the board. Right, so we start on the right, and then we go to the left. So I would want to start here. It's not going to make sense if I start here, because I have to write English. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here, right? Start with the A, right? I should be out to car. We got car down here, right? Right? So we gotta get 11. So number 6 should be right in the middle, right here somewhere, right? Ba. So we gotta get 5 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got 6. All right. So Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa. Za, Kha, Ta, and Ya. Good. Everything nice and even down on the board. Good. Okay, good. Right. So I got the first 11 on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Let me write the guy a little better. I strive for perfection. One time you might have had a class growing up in some class, some English class growing up in your PS school, your public school, your elementary school, and they'll have you write your handwriting over and over again to make it legible. Why? Because the scripture says Christ taught to strive for mastery, right? Okay. We got La here. The last letter is the Tha. When Christ said, I'm the first and the last, he said the Ah and the Thou. Right? Ah and the Thou meaning the first and the last, meaning Adam and then Christ. Right? Good? Right? The middle is right here. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So we're going to even that up. Put that right here. Okay? And then we got 6 right here. Right? Okay, try to get it even Evened up. Okay. La, ma, na, and then we got sa, la manasa, I, and then we got pa, saza, right, qua, ra, and then we got sha. Okay, good. So you see here, we got all of the alphabets on the board, right? Alphabet in itself is from A for owl, alpha, and then that bet is from the bar here. That's where alphabet comes from, right? Alpha is from alap, right? It's the same thing. It's just some heathens pronunciation of how to say our stuff. Okay. So of course we say alap. Heathens say alapa. Right? Yeah, you go to Syria or Iran or one of them places and how they speak Aramaic, they'll say alpa. And they'll say like beta. Right? So that's where it became alpha later on in time, and the Greeks had it, and we're now in Greek Roman society. Now it's alphabet, right? But it's alap bayat. Okay. So for Jaheem, make sure you got your notes ready, Jaheem, right? Get your note and your pen ready, right? See if you can take the thing at the bottom of the screen for a second. This part which is Israelite foods. Yeah, the tab. Take that for a second.
Question?
No. Yeah, take that. Which is Israelite foods.
Oh,
Yeah, just take that off for a second.
Take that off?
Yeah.
Come.
Okay. So A is for Allah. Right? And alap is a cow. Okay, alap is a cow. Ba is for bayaf. Right? And bayaf is a tent. That picture is a figure of a tent. Ga, so as you see what's going on here. We got the first syllable, right? Of the word that it came from. The first syllable of the word bayaf is the sound of the Hebrew character ba, right? Ga is for gamal. So the first sound of the word gamal, the first syllable, which is the ga, is now the sound of the Hebrew character ga, right? Gamal is a camel. All right, let me know if my writing is legible, if you can see it. Okay. You can't take it off? Scroll up to the top. If you can't take it off, then
Yeah, I think we just gotta adjust the camera.
Okay, see if you can click on that thing.
This right here.
See if you can click on this.
Yeah, I'm already on the
Okay,
band.
click it again. Where's it saying Israelite? Where's this thing? Where's that?
This is it right here. Subscribe. I could place that like
Okay,
that.
press that up. It comes on, right?
Come. It won't let me take off the display.
Take it off. Okay,
Only
so we
banner.
Okay, so let's leave it there, right?
Come. We can just lift the camera up.
Not yet.
Come.
Okay. And we got Da is for Dalaf. Dalaf is a door. Okay. Ha is for Hana. Right? And Hana is for behold. Okay, a lot of times it's more like look. Right? If that helps. Right? So it really, Hana is your hand doing this. It's your hand and then the fingers coming out. It's like that, like behold. That's what that is. So the word will be behold in the Bible language, but we don't say behold in how we talk today. So today that'll be like look.
So that's better. took out the whistle and just dropped it down so they'd be able to see the.
Okay, yeah, that's better. That's way better. Come on, that's what we needed.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that wow right here is for wow, and wow is a fish hook. Okay. Za is for Zion, right? And Zion is a weapon. Okay. Ka is for Wama. And Kawama is a fence. It's rightfully a fence. Okay? And don't get hung up with the spelling. This CHAA is something that was formed by scholars. So they'll put in a book of how to say this character, and we just say it like we just write it like that. You know what I mean? But of course, everything should be done in unison. But say like you see someone whose baby's name is not written with a CHAA, your baby is not gonna go to school and the teacher's gonna be able to say CHAA. He don't know nothing about what you're talking about. He don't know nothing about the language you're talking about. You know what I mean? So you talk to your camp leader or your, you know what I mean, your Hebrew teacher, or you call me, right, about the spelling on a baby's name. But for us as adults, nothing don't matter to us. So we just put the CHAA to let you know that this is a ka. Okay? Good. It's for sound pronunciations. The ka is in books is categorized as a harsh H. Right? They call it a harsh H. So a lot of times in the scriptures, in English, right? A place that has a ka, it'll be written as a H. Right? Like what's one of them with a H? What's one of them names that has a H in it? Let's see that thing right there. Yeah.
You say which one a name that have the
yeah, where can I find a name with the ka in there? I don't think none of these tribes don't got it.
But you could do arrow like Khatza.
Yeah, but you're not gonna find Hatza in the Bible in English. So I'm looking at a Hebrew. Okay, look up the word Hebron. So I think Hebron is one. Hebron. Right? And this is good for transliteration. Right? We got a word called transliteration. Okay. So I'm gonna look at Hebron right now. Oh, remind me, I got the box with all of the flyers, business card flyers in the car, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put Hebron on my phone here. Okay, I used the wrong app. Oh no, I used the right app. Okay, hold on. Okay, Abraham. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we got Genesis 13 and 18. We put the Hebrew in there. Okay, he came to Hebron. There you go. Hebron, right, in Hebrew, right, is Chabar 1. Chabar 1. Hebron, even though in English, transliteration, right, it begins with a Cha, because it is said to be a harsh H. So of course, we don't know how to write Cha in English letters, because that's not a letter that's provided in English. Like, you can easily swap out R for A, because you can see that A came from that R. You see what I'm saying? B, the other way around, right? You can see it comes from this B here. You know what I mean? You can see that this D is a triangle sideways. Like if you turn the da like this, you can kind of see where it's a D. You can kind of see where the da came from. All right? Front is up.
Oh, it's not this, sir. If I made the cost like I noticed in general when you go through a lot of different languages.
Yeah.
in general, when you want to translate it in English, because there's no ka in English.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would use the KH. The KH always popping up.
That is correct.
The KH is always so I guess it's universal sloppy.
Yeah, that is at the heavy point. A lot of places they put a KH. They put a KH. Where do we see that? When these people want to talk about the Kemites. All right, you've heard it before. You ever heard of the word Kemet? You ever heard of Kemet before? Well, Kemet is not really a K. You see what I'm saying? It's really Kemet is really this letter right here. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because Egyptian language, that Hotep metadata stuff, right? That language is what they call a dead language, meaning nobody don't speak it no more. Until the Isupk, the Lashawan Qadash was a dead dialect. I'll say a dialect because, of course, there was a false dialect out there, which is, by false, I mean it's not the original. It's not, it's not the one that the Lord gave the Israelites, right? So there's a not original dialect of Hebrew out there, right? And then you have the original, which was dead. Why? Because the people who spoke the language now speak English, Creole French, and all of these Spanish, Latino dialects. Okay? But Kemet now, right? The Kemetic, they call it Kemetic too, right? They call it Kemetic, right? That's a dead language because there's nobody to speak it no more. The people who spoke it, they now speak some other language of their own, and they have no interest in fighting out back what it is. They have no concern to go back there because the Lord destroyed them. All right, good. So to understand what's being said on hieroglyphs and things that's written in Egyptian languages, they will need another language that existed at the time, right? So that they could use that as a bridge to the dead language. So they would use Hebrew. Why? Because the Hebrews speaking Hebrew was always there, always interacting with them, always translating, always reading one thing in Egyptian, reading one thing in Hebrew. So you're able to pick apart how to translate using Hebrew to find out things that were said in the Egyptian language. Right? And when they did that, and they wanted to label the place was the place was called the country of Ham, number one in English. They called it the country of Ham. See what I'm saying? Or they'll say they will spell it like this, the country of Ham. They will spell it just like that. Because they're saying Ham. Because this was the dominant nation amongst the Hamites. So that the name of the place became that. Nobody even knows if they actually call themselves the Camite Empire. Because they were the Mizraimites. You see what I'm saying? But the oppressors labeled that country the country of Ham because that was Africa. And all the Kemites lived in Africa. So now, of course, the greatest civilization out of Africa from that time was this Egyptian one. So they just named this Egyptian thing the great civilization of Ham. And these are the Kemites, referring to the people, right? Referring to the people, the Kemites. And then, Negroes from New York, in specific Harlem, was given plane tickets to go to Africa to learn to be African by the government because they did not want to learn to be an Israelite. So they sent some guy, Commander how to say his name all the time, I can't remember his name. And you have these so-called Kemetic scholars, and they would, instead of saying Kemite, the American accent would say Kemet. And next thing you know, in the streets, it was known as Kemet. And it was Kemet with a H. It was spelled like this first, with a H. Kemet like that. The Negroes who are not scholars, started saying like this, and then eventually the streets took the H out of it to just say Kemet. But that came from Kawama. That came from this figure right here, Ka. That's where that came from. All right? And that's a fact. You can go look up anybody. Go look up anybody. Go look at anything Commander Johanna taught about that. Go look at all the people that taught. Go look at all them, what's the name? Bobby Valentine and all them weird cats. Bob, what's the name?
Oh, no,
Bobby.
Bobby, no, you have Phil Valentine.
Phil Valentine. Who's
Bobby Hemmett.
Bobby Hemmett.
Bobby Hemmett, trust me.
And his name is Bobby Hemmett because he's one to say Kemet, but because he actually studied the thing. So he knows it's not really a K. So he knows it's a harsh, this is a harsh H sound. So his name is really Bobby Hemmett. But in English, it's a harsh H. So of course, just like how anything against the Lord is not united, the people in the Kemet world is not united. Right. So they over there saying Kemet, and he names himself Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett, because the Kemet is really a Ka sound. All right, good. Enough of that. Right. I said, Bobby Valentino is a singer. That's what he was. Right? I'm saying, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of, right? I'm thinking of Bobby something and something Valentine. Bobby Valentine. Nah. Bobby Valentino is a singer. It's Phil Valentine and Bobby Hemmett, brothers who was lost on the direction of how to lead our people and what to teach our people, right? We were not the Egyptians. We were not the rulers of Egypt. We was there as the slaves, but we were under the rule of another people there. And yes, the Egyptians were black, but they were not our black. That's right. You see what I'm saying? Good. Ta is for Ta-na'a. Ta-na'a, which is basket. Oh yeah, you was in that world, Pratazar, man. You was one of them RBG cats or something, right?
Come on.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he knows the name. He knows the name. I was like, okay, I'm not alone here.
That's the reason why I know. I know the name.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
Come, for sure.
Yeah, I knew something when he was selling videotapes.
Good night. Before the internet.
Before the internet.
Come. Right. So yard is for hand. That's your hand doing this. Right. Tana'a is the forming of the bottom of the basket. Your grandmothers in slavery used to put a willow bush, right? Willow bush, right? Willow, like what's the name? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. They named their daughter Willow, right? Because our grandmothers was using willows in the field. And I don't know if they exactly named her because of that, but our grandmothers in slavery in the South always used to get that bush, because that's how you make baskets. That's how you get. Yeah, go ahead, President.
So you also have a white willow bark, because that's the ingredients to make aspirin.
There you go. I need a white willow bark, because that makes aspirin. Come. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Come. Now what they'll do is they'll make a circle with one strand of willow bush, and then they'll make a line tying both ends. And then what they'll do is they'll weave in and out from the middle and form the bottom of the basket like that. You know what I mean? They'll take that bush, they'll take straw, they'll make dolls out of things. You know what I mean? That was our way. All right.
So, like you said, if I may,
yeah.
You can't forget about the hats.
Oh,
the
straw hats.
Yeah. The straw hats.
Yeah.
You see it plenty of times, like when we watched, you know what I'm saying, during the slave trade, you see all these weeded hats that they had on in the field.
Cop is the middle of your hand, right? That's the shape with the lines in your hand. I mean the lines that go like this and go like that. That's that right here. Okay. Am I missing anything? Right. We got the camel. The guy is to represent the height and hump on the camel's back. Right. The tent the foundation of the tent going under the ground, right? And the triangle shape of the tent above. And that goes to show that our tent wasn't like always like the Native Indians tent where they mastered it and they made it a complete triangle. Our tent was a stick. Right? We got the land, we put the foundation of the thing on the ground, make it curved so the wind don't blow it away, right? And we put it's a stick that goes up, and then we have, leather or something that goes this way so we can live in the thing. You see what I'm saying? And then we would have the door to the tent, right? That's where we got a dalaf from. That dalaf is the shape of the door of a tent, because we used to live in tents a long time ago, right? In the various wildernesses that we deserved, all right? Okay? You can see the shape of the fence here already. I don't gotta do that, right? Good. Let's keep going. What time we got there?
It's 7:49, sir.
Okay, we gotta get onto the topic, all right?
Come.
Lamad is learn, right? Lamad, even though it's written like this now, it was once written like this, right? It was once written like that, and then it was written like this, right? And that developed over the ages on how to write, right? So of course, this is a man with a walking stick, an elderly man with a walking stick, whipping the other children, because you learn from your whippings. You got a baby, he gets into his troublesome twos or his troublesome threes. He starts touching the things that he shouldn't touch. What do? You smack him on the side. You don't torture him now. You better not torture that boy. You better love that boy. And you better be trying to make him learn. You just give him a little smack on the side. Of course, he gets bigger. He's not gonna, your smacks ain't gonna do nothing to him no more. So of course, you give him a harder hit. But you're not doing it to injure the boy. You're doing it to make him learn. You want the boy to learn. So the Bible says you just beat him on his sides when he's young, so he doesn't disgrace you when he's older. You see what I'm saying? Because when your child becomes a gangbanger now, the disgrace is on you. And some women will say, oh, well, the father wasn't there. Okay, cool. Why wasn't he there? Did you keep him away? Okay, no problem. You kept him away, no problem. But you raised him. And now he's a gangbanger. Guess why he's a gangbanger? Because you raised him. I know you didn't raise him to be a gangbanger, but you raised him. And just like any plant, when you water it and give it sunshine, it becomes green. If you water it with no sunshine, it's yellow.
That's right. And
there's some brothers in Harlem who they rock a yellow flag. They're not green, they're yellow.
That's right.
They was raised that way. Okay, no problem, right? Okay. We need fathers are very important. Mothers are very important, and fathers are very important.
Right.
And mothers are very important. But mothers mothers need a husband. You don't make that child by yourself now. Without a husband, the mother is out of control and the child is out of control, because that head is the absolute most valuable thing in the families in the Bible. The Lord said he'll make a man more valuable than fine gold, and it's true. You see what I'm saying? You don't know why we broke? We broke because we don't got no fathers in our house. But we had fathers in our house in Harlem. Harlem was rich. They started getting the fathers out of the house with heroin and crack cocaine. All of our fathers ended up in jail. One is rich because he sold the drugs, he ended up in jail and died. The other one was the one who took the drug. He ended up in jail or died. You see what I'm saying? And now we got no fathers. And now, because of that, all that money, all these buildings in Harlem, now we broke. We broke now. Because of no, it's not because of no mothers. It's because of no fathers. Okay, good. Okay, Ma is for Mayam. That means water. Right? Ma is a preposition to say from. Right? Yum is a word to say sea. Water comes from the sea. Even the ma is to say sea waves. And of course, when you're on the ground and you're at sea level, that's the ground. Well, guess what the sea is? The sea is sub-sea level, meaning the equivalent of the bottom of the sea will be under the ground. Looks like under the ground where you dig the foundation of your tent. Right? So that thing right here usually means under the ground, this curved thing. Usually. Right? The next one. Nawan. Right? Same thing. Right? You got a thing where it goes under the ground. Because Nawan means sprout. It means sprouts. And a seed sprouts from under the ground. The roots sprout, right? So the plant can grow and grow green leaves, not yellow leaves. It sprouts up so it can get the sunlight. You know, the sunlight through photosynthesis. The sun goes into the chlorophyll of the leaves. It absorbs nutrients through photosynthesis. You know what I mean? And, you know, all that biology stuff makes the plant green through nutrients. All right? Our sons in Harlem are lacking nutrients called fatherhood. That's what it is. No problem. You're going to come to UPK and get that.
What is that?
Who's what?
Isupk
Lashawan is from Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salaki, Shapat, Tayak, can you retype the question?
He's saying Mashak, man. He doesn't know what Captain Mashak's name means.
Oh, Mashak. Oh,
yeah.
No,
Mashak, man. Captain Mashak told me this about 3 times already.
I thought something, yeah.
His name means let love rain like water, something like that. Water, something like let love rain like water. I'm not sure. Right? Here's what you do, Shapat Shataya. Shoot Captain Shak a text right quick. And that's what his name means. So we can go in the Hebrew and break down Mashak. Alright? See if it's Mashak or is it Mashak as a whole by itself. You know what I mean? And so we can get that because, of course, that name rings bells in the school. You know what I mean? You hear Captain Mashak, of course, he's not a tyrant, so it's not like he walks through the door and we gotta start scrambling. That brother's full of love. You see what I'm saying? But you know, when you get to talking, of course, brothers move. You see what I'm saying? Good. Okay. We have Samak, which means establish, right? And how do you establish your territory? You put your flag on the ground there. You put a big flag there. You made a skeleton of the flag, right? It's not the white man's flag now. It's not the white man's flag, you know, the oppressor's flag where, you know, you got the flag and it's blowing in the air. Our flag always stands up no matter what way the wind's blowing. If the wind ain't blowing, the American flag, you can't see it. It's lying down. It's lying against the pole. But for us, our flag got skeleton like ribs, right? And we go there, we say we're establishing our territory on your land, right? We're establishing, the oppressor went to the moon. You want to say from now on, we've landed on the moon, the eagle has landed, the eagle has landed. The eagle is a bird that attacks any animal. Animals are bigger and greater than him. He attacks them. He comes from nowhere. And when he comes, you can't run. Eagles attack wolves, right? They attack lions. They attack monkeys. They eat foxes. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Protazar.
Salaki, so if I may, I was shopping one day, and I didn't know it was going to be like that. I ended up seeing a hawk.
Yeah.
But the hawk, you know, I mean, literally, I thought it was a plane. You know, this hawk was kind of big, and it snatched a duck.
Yeah.
It's not one of those ducks that you see floating in the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It snatched one of them, the duck, and like a pigeon.
Yeah.
Came out of swoop. We were like, what? Like, where did they come from? You know what I mean?
Come.
Like, it's a unique thing to see because you don't realize like there's predators in the sky.
Yeah.
That would snatch your baby.
Yeah, they will snatch your baby.
They would snatch your baby.
The Lord knew what he was doing when he called our oppressor the eagle.
That's right.
The oppressor knew what he was doing when he was in Rome and made his symbol the eagle. He knew what the hell he was. He looked at the eagle and said, "Oh, that's us. We just like that." Is there a way we can put an eagle video on this thing here and show them the most predatory eagle thing, right? He said drawn from water. Okay. Drawn from the water. Yeah, he told me that too. He did tell me that too. Okay, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna get drawn from the water, right? Okay. Qua. You can go ahead. All right. Quam is rise. Right. That same quam is quam, like quam yashrala, rise. So it's the figure of the horizon and the sun coming up in the east, right? And so we got the line right here to say the sun is going up. That's how we get the qua. Okay, good. So we got the samak, we got the eye. I don't know how to explain the eye already. The eye is an eye. It's a circle. Your eye is a circular shape, right? The one time in the Bible, it says we used to chop up the Syrians, the people who are ISIS today. We used to chop them up on tables, together with the Japanese, the Ammonites, what the Bible calls the Ammonites. We used to put them on tables, and we used to make a line, and we told them to line up because we was at war with them. And we used to put them on a table like this right here. We used to put them on the table. And we'll tell them, yeah, ba'a, konnichiwa, ba'a, right? And we'll tell them to lie down on the table, and we would chop up Japanese. We have a line for the Japanese, and we have a line for the Syrians in the Bible. It's in the Bible now. I believe it's in the book of one of the Chronicles. We went over in a Bible service a couple months ago, and we'll put a Japanese man, and we'll chop him up in pieces. Right, and we told the next one come and told the Syrians to come and chop up the Syrians. But people fear them today, ISIS. But we used to do damage to those people out there. Our legacy is great. Our legacy is amazing. Is that a way to put it into the other feed, or?
No,
you know what? Just put it on just put a white screen right here. So start the video over.
You got one of those stretching up a code at the beginning.
Okay, good. But make it white screen. Press that thing right here.
Are we all right?
No. Press this thing right here. This thing right here. Yeah. Play.
All right. Give me a second. I just want to see when you scroll down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know if you can see this online.
I'm about to share it in a second.
Okay. Just press play. You don't gotta put it on the thing. Just play right here.
Oh, so they don't see it?
Just press play right here.
Oh.
Okay, good. So we got the eagle coming. He flies down, right, and he grabs some four-legged animal. Okay, that's a rabbit.
No, that's a goat. That's a mountain goat.
He said a deer. A goat deer. You know what I mean?
Anything.
And then he grabs him, throws him off the cliff because he knows that kills the thing. You see what I'm saying? This is how the oppressors deal with us. They give us something that they know will just kill us. So unalive us. And then they come and they eat our dead carcass, like Jeremiah always says. They eat our dead carcass. Look at that. He's gonna make food out of that, a full belly. Oppressors their bellies are full based on our death. You see what I'm saying? Okay, he up in the mountains just like an oppressor. You know what I mean? White belly sea eagle hunts poisonous sea snake. Who's the snake? The symbol of the snake was the tribe of Dan. The tribe of Dan he's in the sea. He's under the ground. He's under the sea. Under the sea. He comes down and gets the damn snake. So you see a snake, you run. Not this devil. He's like crikey. He goes in the crikey waters and gets that thing. You know what I mean? What's he going for now? Yeah. Falcon hunts pigeon, the Lord's favorite animal too. Right? The pigeon is the Lord's favorite bird. Okay, we done with that, right? We get the idea, right? Okay, so we get back to over here right quick, because we got to keep moving, all right? Good. So we got Pa, right? Go back to StreamYard right quick. StreamYard. Okay. We got Pa, which is the figure of a mouth. Right, it's a mouth. You got teeth at the top. You got teeth at the bottom. Right, we got a tongue. Right, it's a figure of a mouth. Right, this thing right here, Pa, say mouth. Okay, good. What else? Tazad. Right, we got Tazad. Right, bigger so you can see. Right, Tazad, where before it was written like this. Right? Because it was a figure of a man on his side. And of course, all of these you might see where they say, oh, the Hebrew was written like this before. So we don't want the Hebrew from the time of Adam. We want to pick up where we left off. Of course, we're going for Yahweh's reign. You see what I mean? That's what we here to continue. We continue Yahweh's reign. We're not here to continue Saul's reign. We're not here to continue any other king or regime that we had. We're here to continue where we left off with Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right? So there were certain advancements that was made in the Hebrew. The one that was authorized by the Lord. That's the handwriting we want. See what I'm saying? So of course you're gonna see fake Israelite groups who want to beat the UPK. So they try to read books that we don't read. So they ignore Isaiah, ignore Jeremiah, never read Malachi, they said the New Testament is fake, and then they'll go to the book of Joshua and the book of Enoch because they want to try to beat the UPK knowledge, right? And you're gonna see that same spirit when it comes to the Hebrew. Certain times you're gonna see a brother who says, "Oh, we're not gonna use that UPK Hebrew." They label it UPK Hebrew. No problem. We didn't make this Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? We didn't make this up. This was in the earth already. And we just continued it. Okay? So they don't want to use this Hebrew. So what do? They try to go to a language before. Or the written way of the language before. And they'll say, oh, look, see? It's written like this. They write the cow like this. And then they go write the law like this. And they go do stuff like that. And they go write the Taza like this. Because they want to beat the UPK. No problem, you're gonna lose. Alright, you lose, you always lose. The UPK is undefeated. That's right. You see what I'm saying? You knew nothing from nowhere. You ain't gonna be over 50 years of legacy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know you're coming up against the giant. You're not David. And we not Goliath. We David. And you not even Goliath. You the little one beside Goliath. You the one that nobody even doesn't even care about fighting. You're not even in the war. You see what I'm saying? You're like breeze that come against us. You see what I'm saying? So don't try the UPK. All right? Ra'ash. Right? Ra'ash is head. Right? Ra'ash is head. So we got Tazar already. We got the Kwam already with the sunrise. Ra'ash is the figure of a man's head. There's his head. There's his neck. Down here, you got his neck. Let's give him a Hebrew. Right? Give him a beard. Give him a beard. Give him a nose. Right? Give him an eye. Give him a mouth. Right? Can you see that? That's the figure of a head. That's the figure of a head. That's what the Ra'ash is. Okay. Shabbat Shalom is not in the Bible. You can't go in no Bible verse and see Shabbat Shalom. Right? That's something that was made by the Jewish. What can I say? God damn. You can't say that because they're gonna
small hats.
The small hats.
Or curly fries on the side.
No, we need something more serious. We don't need slander. We need something more serious because we're talking serious business. Right? But for the people who perpetuated our culture, they said Shabbat Shalom because in heathen culture you need to have a happy something. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna say Professor?
The people that's on this earth that call themselves Jewish. Does this right here.
The people who call themselves Jewish. The people who call themselves Jewish, right?
Okay.
Right? Okay, good. Right? So that was Ra'ash, right? We got Shan. Shan means teeth. Rightfully it means tooth, but you know how we talk. We say teeth. So I gotta talk the way that you talk. Alright? And that Shan, we know La is a preposition to say two. Right? So you put La and Shan, you get to your teeth. What's to your teeth? Your tongue is pointing to your teeth. Right? That's how we got Lashan. We're trying to do it big in the class with Lashan and Lashawan. Shan means teeth. The speaker right here that looks like a W, even though it's not made of two U's, it's not a W because it's not made of two U's. Right? But this is a Sha. Okay? Sha is teeth. La, Shan is your tongue. Good. And then the last one is Thou. Thou. And Thou means mark. Like mark of the beast. Right? Mark of the beast. You got words, you put them together. Right, so Jahib, hope we got your questions straight, right? All right, Jahib?
And also Slahi, sir.
Yeah.
We got Ayash Allah. He said I guess he was asking the question. It says H 4900, I believe.
Okay. So let's go to H. Let's go to H.
Let me see if I Facebook.
Okay, so we put H440 at the top. All right, and we're gonna put in enter, and we're gonna see what comes up. That is the word for Drew. Okay, so Aisha Allah was answering Shapat question, right? To get Drew. 4900 looks like a Ma word, right? Masha is correct. There you go. Masha. Look at that. They got an Indi Lashawan Qadash on the concordance. And people want to tell me, oh, Lashawan Qadash is a fake language. Go look up a concordance. Go look for concordance. All right? A privileged root to draw used in a great variety of applications to sew. So what you do is you go look for the King James Version usage. That's how we map out what word is which and which one to use instead of other ones. And it says draw out, prolong, like you prolong time, like you draw out time, prolong time. Scatter, like you draw out the guys to scatter. Draw along, draw away. Continue, deferred. Okay. So this is not Mayan Masha, like Moses. Masha with Moses, his name was Mayam Masha, to say drawn from the waters. Or lifted. Right? That Sha'ah in Moses, for when it says Masha, that Sha'ah is to say lift. But this one is properly like drawn, like draw. So we can use get some instances here. We got Genesis here, and it says, and they drew and lifted up Joseph. Here's the other lifted. Here's the lift for Moses' name. What did I do? Oh, they said okay. They put I because that's over. Isla. So that's not lift. This is more like over. All right. Okay, no problem. Right, Drew. Okay, that's Mashak. What's the other one? We got some Exodus here. And it says, Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take your lamb according to your families. And we're supposed to go into Israelite foods today. Right? So here's lamb, here's the word for lamb. Taza'an. Taza'an is the word for lamb. That's number one. That's number one on the list. Right? Even though it says cattle, they're referring to land. How do we know that? Because in the English, they put cattle 15 times, but in the Hebrew, it's going to say a lot. It's going to say para. It's going to say, nope, it's going to say taza'an. So when you go in the English and see cattle in these 15 places right here, if you go in the Hebrew, that would technically be counted as a mistranslation according to intention. Because when we say cattle in English, we mean cows. But if it says cattle in English, and you go to the Hebrew, and it says taza'an, then that cattle wasn't really a cow, was it? That cattle was a sheep cattle, right? Or maybe it's not a mistranslation. It's just a, what's that? What is that? Yeah, I'll tell you. Want to put it right there for me, bow shot. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, you have it. You want to eat it? You have it. Yeah, I'm not hungry right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do it.
Unless you want like a Pepsi or like a Sprite, similar to Sprite.
This is good right now. You know what I mean? I feel like we're getting old, man. I start to feel time tick on me now.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, good. So we got the first word, so mashak. That will be mashak's mashak mayam, to say drawn from the water. And they named him that because they got Captain Mashak from Trinidad. Captain Mashak is not like the brothers who were just raised here and he just in DC and we just in New York. You see what I'm saying? From the story that I heard is that Captain Mashak was in Trinidad, heard about the school. You know what I mean? Commander Johanna and the brothers bought him a plane ticket from Trinidad, brought him up here, and by faith, I don't know too much man that would do that. I don't know. There's not a lot of men that would do that. You leave your place to come to this place. Of course, we know brothers in the school that would do that. But you from Trinidad, and you going to America to hang out with who? In America, first of all, America is hell.
right.
You see what I'm saying? America is a place where really, rightfully, because this is such an evil place without the Most High, without the Isupk, without ISPK ruling place, without Commander Junior Hanna ruling the place, this place is a place to not really trust. You can't trust a regular Negro out here. Well, of course, Captain Mashak was led with the Spirit, and then Commander Junior Hanna and the brothers in the UPK with him were led by the Spirit, and so he rolled it. He took the chance, like, yeah, we're gonna go to America. I'm gonna hang out with these guys, even though I don't know him. And of course, you know, he has family, he stayed with his family and all that. But they brought him up from over the waters of the Caribbean and drawn him from the waters of the Caribbean. He sat in class, I believe, in Commander Johanna was having camp in Washington, D.C., 8th and H. Yes, he was having camp at. And I think Captain Messiah's family in D.C., so I think it all just matched up. But they got him from the waters of the Caribbean. Okay, good. So drawn from the water, right? So we got Mashak. Let me write his name on the board. Okay, so lucky if anybody's still writing, you can rewind the video. But we gotta keep moving around. We'll push on, all right? Jahim, are we good, Jahim? Let me know if you're good, Jahim, all right? If you're still out there, Jahim, all right?
Slaki, sir.
Yeah.
Ayasha Allah.
His name is Aisha Allah. Yeah, that's not Ayasha Allah from New York. That's Aisha Allah. That's a different one. Yeah.
Aisha Allah. Aisha Allah. Slaki, Aisha Allah, Slaki, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he count, sir. I don't count.
Draw.
Oh, yeah. Aisha Yahweh. He said, Salaki. I was saying, I think that is Mashak.
Oh. Okay, Khan. Aisha Allah, you was correct.
Yes, correct.
You was absolutely correct. Aisha Allah. All right? Aisha Allah, you was absolutely correct, brother. Good job, Aisha Allah, right? Okay, good. So we got Mashak, and then we got Mayam, right? Mayam, right? And that mayam is the same mayam right here, which is water, right? Now in Hebrew, when it comes to names, if you're saying a word, then you can say mashak before you write your right from right to left. This one right here is this word right here. I'm gonna write this word mayam for water over here now, right? Now if you're writing a sentence, you know what I mean? You put a space in there, mayam, right? Mayam. You put a space in there because you're writing words, you're writing sentences. But if you're writing a name according to the culture, according to Hebrew Israelite, according to Israelite culture, in writing Hebrew in Israelite culture, the name has to be written together like one, just like you would with any first name. So Mashak Mayam will be written like so. Mashak Mayam. Right? Will be written together as one. Just like that. Right? Shapat Tayak, the same thing. Shapat Tayak. You see how you wrote it there in two words in English? Right? That's not really how we would do it. I understand why you do it or why you did it, right? It's no harm. I'm saying, you know, we're like the scripture says, we're in the valley of dry bones, and we put the bones together, and then we put the joints on the bones, and then we put sinew, and then we put flesh on them bones, and then we became a living man. So of course, we're picking up the culture as we go by. What you do is you don't abandon the school. You build the school. You become the joint to put those bones together in the school. You become the sinew to put on those around the bones in the school. You see what I'm saying? You become the flesh. You add flesh onto that bone. You don't leave the school. Oh, look, they're doing something wrong. Well, why didn't you fix it? Why didn't you become the bone? Why didn't you grab a rope and tie it back together again? All right? Don't be a traitor, right? Nobody, right? Good. Okay, good. So Shapat Tayak, right? Shapat.
I wonder if I may.
Yeah.
It's 8:20, sir.
Okay, can't go on. So Shapat Tayak's name will be written like this, right? In English, I guess you put a dash in there because we're still learning Hebrew. So you put a dash in to let people know, you know, we're trying to pick up these words again because everybody having names that have words in there is it's a good teaching thing. Like we can say, oh yeah, Shapat means this and Tayak means that. Like right now, I don't remember this word right here, so I gotta look it up, right? Shapat. I can't remember what shapat means. Shapar is trumpet. Shapat means judge. Right? Shapat means judge. I remember that. Okay? Say it again. And then we look up Tayak. Let me get a bigger tablet so we can get a better view. Okay. So we'll go to our Kindle. What did Jaheim say?
It said, it said, what is the place of these symbols under the letters or characters?
What is the what?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the place of those symbols? Okay. He's referring to the connectors, I believe. Right? The connectors help you to say whether you drop the vowel sound because we don't use vowels. So the connectors is to replace vowels. Right? Or not really to replace. Connectors were the first vowels. Right? Vowels came to replace connectors. All right? Good. Ta, yak. Okay. So we got Thayak 1 as a clue right here to say central is from 8432, which is Tawak. right? To say, okay, to say sever. Okay, what I need is, okay, hold on. Abagada ha waza katayaka the the okay, right quick, Shapatayak, right? Do you, type in there what? Okay, say right there, judge.
I will.
I will. Okay, judge. I will. Okay, when you say I will, usually you put a ta at the beginning of the word because ta says future tense, right? Future tense, right? As a preposition meaning at the beginning of the word, right? Usually, I'm not saying this is part of your name. That's not what I'm saying. It could be, right? But usually, tha is future tense. Okay? So anywhere it says, thou shalt, when you see shall, where in today, it will be, you will, right? That is written as a tha, right? Thou shalt keep my commandments. Anywhere where the Lord says shall, thou shalt do this, thou shalt do that. I shall go to this place. We write that as ta. We say ta. Okay? Okay? Okay. So now that gives us a clue, right? It said judge I will. Okay, I'm not sure. I might need to get with who you got with to get that to get how we got that name, all right? I could check yak because ta yak, right? So I'm gonna check yak right quick. Okay. Yak, okay, that's yard. No, that's yak. Yeah, yak to say hand or side. Okay. Okay, yak. Yak. Hand or side. So it's 3197. Let me see that's used in the Bible. Three. Okay. 3197. Okay. Okay. By the wayside. It's used. It's used once. Okay. Upon the seat by the wayside, watching. He came. Eli sat upon his seat by the wayside, watching. So it's not that one. It's probably so. Let me go back to Thayak because okay, Thayak led us to Tawak. So let me do Tawak right quick. Tha, tha, tha. We got da, ha. Okay, we got Tawak. Okay, meaning to severe. Okay, you gotta ask. You gotta talk to the Hebrew teacher in your place, right? In your city, Shapatayak, right? So to see how he formed that name, right? So when he finds out how he formed that name, because I can't, my direction of how to figure things out is not able to calculate your name at this time, right? So just ask them how they formed your name, and they will go back to the sheet to say how they formed the name, and so we can teach that next time, right? But I know Shapat is judge. I know that. Okay. Okay, no problem, right? Keep moving. Now, when you write your name in Hebrew, your name has to be written together like this: Shapat Ta Yak. Because your name is not two words, your name is one name, right? Shapat Ta Yak. Good. Okay? And that's just Israelite culture, right? Because if you write Shapat Ta Yak, then I don't know if you're talking about a person. You write this thing down on a paper. Then it's gonna say, oh, well, something, judge I will. And then I'll read it like we're not talking about a person, but if you write it together, that indicates that that's a name that we're referring to a person. It's an indicator. Okay, good. Another indicator for a name is when you see a word that has one in there. One, like how we did a while ago, kabar one. That kabar one, right, was a Hebrew word, but one don't mean a part. It doesn't mean anything except other than that this is talking about a name. So kabar is probably a verb. So let's go see what kabar is. I think it means to bury or something. Not sure, right? We went over it a while ago. We just went over it. But I didn't see the definition of the word. So let me go get we looked at Hebron. So it's a shortcut right quick. Hebron. Right? Good. And then we got Hebron. It was verse 18, I believe. Right, there we go. Okay. 2267. 2267. And it says trauma. Okay. There we go. Charming. Kabar. There we go. A primitive root to join. Okay, so it means to join. Literally, figuratively, specifically, it means to spell. King James Version says couple, join together, couple together, join together. Okay. So this is a kabar one for us is to say coupler, right? Or to join. I don't want to say join because we got lawa to say join. Lawa like in Levi. So I want to leave words like that alone, and I want to use words that we don't have, right? Because this is to join together. So I'll say it says couple together, right? So we'll say couple. Kabar means the couple, right? Good. So now if you name someone couple, and you start out couple together. You don't know if I'm saying someone to couple together, or I'm telling someone together, or couple, right? So you put the one there to indicate that it's a name. That I'm not telling people to command, I'm not commanding them to do anything. I'm saying that because this is not a verb, this is a name. Kabar means couple, let me write on the board. Kabar means couple. As in a verb, to couple together. Right? So if I shout out couple, then of course, whoever's name is named after couple, he's like, is he calling me or is he telling these people to couple together? What's going on here? You put a one on there to say, not kabar. People start doing this. Start going in two ranks. Kabar. I say, kabar. So people don't couple together. They're like, yo, kabar one. He calling you. Kabar one, right? Yeah, man. Just like that. You got that with Simeon. Simeon's name is Shammai. The Lord has heard my affliction. Is the definition of Shammai one's name. Of course, the Lord's name doesn't have to be written in there. It does not have to be written in there. Affliction does not have to be written in there, but his name is the Lord has heard my affliction. Heard is the basis of Shammai one's name, right? So if I say Shammai, then you say, oh, snap. They want us to listen. So you can't say Shammai. You have to say Shammai one. Because Shammai one is not telling anybody to listen. Because the one indicated that it is a name. The same way how you don't write something in the middle of your name, you are indicating that this thing is not just two words. They're not making a statement. That this is my name. Good. Okay, good. Okay. Any more questions? Then we're gonna get on to the point.
Come.
There's more questions.
Just one question.
Okay, good. I wanna get on to this food stuff, all right?
Come.
Okay, so we got Mashak Mayam, drawn as in physically drawing something, right, from the waters, right? Good.
So the last question is.
All right, quick. Difference between drawn from the waters and Masha, Moses, right? Moses' name in Hebrew is Masha, like head priest Masha. High priest Marshall died a long time ago. You know what I mean? Fake Israelites killed him. They say it was old age, but he died when he left because fake Israelites convinced him to leave. And you should never leave the truth. Okay? Okay? Marshall, his name was made from, drawn from the waters. Same thing again. Mayam. Mayam. Na. Sha'a. Right? Or it could not be Mayam, it could just be an of, lift. Right? So Sha'a properly means to lift. Right? If you see a word that begins with a na at the beginning of the word, that means if there's a preposition to be placed there, you remove the na and you put the preposition in its stead. So like in here, you could say that it's not water. His name means drawn from the water, right? But ma also means of or from. Right? And because ma is a preposition, you would replace the na with a ma. Ma sha'a. And then for pronunciation purposes, instead of saying sha'a, right? So let me write it on Hebrew so you can see. Ma sha'a. Right? And then because it's not talking about actually doing a thing, it was turned into a name by pronunciation purposes. Right? So you took the off because the same sound and became a ha. Ma Sha, which is Moses' name. Now for Jahim was asking about the connectors. Right? When you see a connector, that's like a upside down face. It's really pointing to the letter. It's pointing to the letter. To say, you say the whole sound of this letter out. So the connector is pointing at the ma. So you say ma. Good, right? Now this other one here has the other connector is a coupler. What's the word for coupler again in Hebrew? Right here. The word for coupler is kabar. So this other connector down here is pointing at two letters. It's pointing at this one and it's pointing at this one. So that's going to be our kabar. That's going to be our coupler. So this connector connects these two letters together. What does that mean? You say the sound of the sha, but you don't say the sound of the ha. You just say sha, ha, sha. Okay? We got it right here in Captain Meshach's name. So instead of saying ma, sha, ka, you drop the vowel sound off of the letter that is joined to. So instead of saying ma, sha, ka, you say ma, shak. Okay? Again with the mayam on Captain Meshach's name. Instead of saying ma, ya, ma, you got the ma connected to say you sound out ma, and then you have the ya and the ma connected on the end here. The ya and the ma is connected. So you don't say ya ma, you say yum, yum, ma, shark, shark, ma, yum, yum. Okay, good. Hope you understand Jahim, all right? Good. We got the land. Israelite food again. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody who asked the questions. It was wonderful thing to ask the questions. But then the topic is now at the very, very end. You can then leave class right now. Wait, we got council today. We got minor council. Ooh. What time is it?
37.
37. So we gotta be out of here.
10 minutes.
Lickety split in 10 minutes. Well, I can log in on my phone and we still go on while we waiting. Okay. Good. We got Taza'an. To say lamb. Lamb. Right? That's Taza'an. Okay? We had a cow on the board already. Let's stay with that, right? Cow. Cow was Allah. Allah. Meat. Meat is Bashar. Right? If you're not from New York, we had a brother called Bashar, right? Who was a rapper. His name was Pop Smoke. His first name was this one right here, Bashar, and his middle name was Barak. Bashar Barak Jackson. That was Pop Smoke's name. Now I'm not saying he wasn't an Israelite. He's an Israelite by race, but he didn't. He wasn't believing he's an Israelite, nothing like that. I don't know what his mom was believing. I don't know what his dad was believing, but his name was Bashar Barak Jackson. Look it up, Jackson, because Negroes' names is Jackson. His name was Bashar Barak Jackson. That's the Pop Smoke that got shot. Christian Dior. Michael Mary, Billie Jean. Welcome to party. Something. I can't remember the song. Right? But his name was Bashar Barak Jackson. All right? Bashar means meat or flesh. Okay? Bashar, flesh, right? So flesh is meat. You see what I'm saying? Good. There's another one I was thinking about. Man. Okay, let's put eat. Eat is kal, right? Drink is shakwa. Okay, shakwa. Okay. What do we eat? We eat rice. Rice in the Bible is grain. Right? That's how you're gonna find rice in the Bible. Grain. Okay. Am I spelling it right? I don't think I'm spelling it right. It's strong in the New Testament. I'm not getting it in the Old Testament other than Amos 9:9. Give me a second.
Sure.
Yeah. You can leave them alone.
Leave it alone?
Yeah.
Come.
Okay. Yeah, it's all in the New Testament. Okay, so we'll write it down for now, right? We'll just write grain. We need a word for rice, right? So I'm putting rice up on here until further notice. Right? Next week I come back and say this is wrong, right? This is the word for rice based on the word for grain. Okay, it is tazara. Tazara. So the taza and a ra. So tazara. That's rice. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what I got my notes here. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got bread. Bread is lacham. Lakam, right? Lakam also means fight because people used to fight over bread. Okay. We got flour. Okay, I want to stick with the words that we're going to use. We're not going to use flour right away. That's more like advanced. So we're not going to put flour on there. As a matter of fact, you know what? Benjamites, we call dumpling flour in certain areas of the city areas. So we don't say dumpling. Right? In the countryside, we say it's known in Jamaica that we talk about dumpling, but in the city areas, we say flour. So I'm gonna say dumpling. Right? Dumpling is salat. Right? Good. Fruit is pa-ra-ah. Okay. Barley. What the hell is barley again? Barley. Barley makes, I know barley makes beer, right?
Yeah, but it's a grain.
Barley's a grain.
Barley's a grain.
I got barley in here. I don't want to put barley on there. I didn't put wine on here. Wine is yayan. Wine is yayan. Okay. Grapes. Wine comes from grapes. Grape is ainab. Anybody who, if I'm missing one, you know what I mean, help me out here online, right? If I'm missing something, or it's something that you're thinking of, let me know so we can look it up right quick to see if I have something. Chicken. How can we miss our chicken? Chicken is iwap. Right? Iwap probably just means bird, but that's the bird we eat. Okay. Corn. Corn is dagan. Okay.
Slack this, sir.
Yeah.
8:45, sir.
8:45. Car. I put an alarm on for 10 minutes, all right? Hungry. The word for hungry,
That's a good one.
right, is ra'aib. And you say just like that. Don't think of it like, oh, that's hard to say ra'aib. No, just say ribe. Anya ribe. Ribe. Ooh. I am very in Hebrew. Very. Very is ma'ad. Ma'ad. Right? I in Hebrew, I, like I, is ah. Right? Can you see on the top of the board?
Come on.
Yeah. So I is ah. So you see ah ra'ib. Khan. Ah ma'ad ra'ib. Ah ma'ad ra'ib. Ah ma'ad ra'ib. Yeah, ah ma'ad ra'ib. We don't say, try to not cut the sound in the ah sounds. Don't say ma'ad. Say ma'ad. Make it flow like a hill. Ma'ad. 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 Ah. Ma'ad. Ra'ib. Don't say ra'ib. Say ra'ib. Just say ra'ib. We children, we're trying to get it right. We're not going to say the things right. No problem. We do the best we can. Here's what you do. Say the goddamn thing. Speak it. That's what you do. You speak the thing. Stop being scared. All right? Talk this thing. It's yours. You got to take it. I mean, stop avoiding it. And stop being weak to it. It was made for you to speak. You were not supposed to speak English. You were not supposed to speak no Spanish. You was not to speak no French. We were supposed to speak Hebrew. And here it is. So don't be scared. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. Just do it. Do the best you can. Take notes, put it on your fridge door, and say it and practice it. That's why we got the Sabbath service. Because the Sabbath service is to practice it. That's why Hebrew class is the day before the Sabbath service. That's why it's the exact day before. Because head priest Ariah used to always teach the Sabbath service, and he used to teach the Hebrew the day before. Okay, until of course the other brother came and was teaching it. Can't remember the brother's name. The brother bigged me up though. He bigged me up in the interview he did with Captain Zayak's friend Daniel Allah. He did an interview with him and he bigged me up. Right. Of course, I don't say my name on the classes. I'm nothing. I'm like Protestant, just probably a couple years younger and a little taller. You know what I mean? And the Lord gave me this, the same way the Lord is going to give you something. And we're all going to put our bones together, right? Regardless if we did one thing wrong, we're going to make it right. We're not going to be like some flaming homo out there say, oh, Priest Ariel said that thing wrong. He made it right. Yes, he taught Cornelius was an Italian man, because the Bible said he was Italian. And he later on and said Cornelius was an Israelite in the Italian band, because the history says that's what we was doing. Okay, no problem. So here's what you do. Speak the goddamn Hebrew. Say it. Say it. Right. Khan Adawan Khan. Sir, right. Adawan Khan, right. Salakia, sir. Salakia Adawan. Right. Don't worry about no connectors right now. Say the goddamn word. You're hungry. Hungry, a puppy? Don't speak. Don't get no milk. Hungry as he is. Quiet puppy don't get fed. I'm years from Jamaica now, but they have the way you say hungry. They'll say hungry, quiet. I can't remember. They gotta have a way you say it in America. Where you say quiet dog don't get fed or something like that. Quiet puppy.
Quiet mouth don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Say you hungry, man. Say it. Say, sir. Slug, right? Say I feel pain. I'm hurting, sir. You know what I mean? Sir. Is there nobody else? No, okay, let me stop, right? But you gotta say, closed mouth don't get fed. All right, good. Thirsty. Is Taza Ma'a, right? So, of course, I don't want to get confused and tripped up, right? But here's what you do right now. You put this in your notes, but you say this one. All right. Right? Don't even say thirsty right now. Say you hungry. Say you're hungry for water. All right, Mayam. Say something. Of course, 4 is Kaya. You could say right, Kaya Mayam. Right? But just say you hungry, man. Seal the thing into your mind, man. How are you doing all this time you speaking English, man? School opened since 1969, man. 54 years later. Come on, we're not taking this serious. We're not taking this serious. All right? We have to just do it. Don't worry about being late. Don't be embarrassed. Start today. No, you're embarrassed? No problem. You're embarrassed with everybody. You're not alone. You are not alone. I got nobody to practice with. So I can say a word, but all of these sentence structure, I'm getting it and forgetting it. Because we don't speak it together. You see what I'm saying? So we're not helping each other by being embarrassed and trying to avoid the thing. You You gotta just do the damn thing, man. You think Jeremiah is gonna sit there and speak no Spanish forever? Nah, man. He said I'm gonna just go and do it. Even though he's a Judite in America, black African American black man, right? Probably 50 years. I don't know how old he is. 40, 50 years old. He didn't say, "Oh, it's too late for me to learn that." He said, "I'm gonna just do the damn thing." You know, he said, "A brother every week call me and tell me this thing in Spanish. I'll speak to you in Spanish." Because he's serious the way that you're not serious. He's serious about Spanish the way how you are not serious with Hebrew. All right? And you're supposed to be leading the fake Israelites. I know you ain't gonna let no fake Israelites beat you now. Don't be a loser like IUIC. They just gave up and say, you know what, we're not gonna say no Hebrew. We're gonna say Most High Christ bless. Because they quit on the Hebrew. You can't be no quitter now. You can't be like them. Okay, no problem, right? Is there anything else I gotta put on here? We got cow, we got chicken, we got lamb. Okay. We got sugar. Sugar. What the hell am I doing? Writing in Hebrew. What I spell it? U. Sugar. All right, sugar is ba sham. Right, sugar. Right. If there's no more, if there's no questions, there's no I want to say this food, then I'm gonna close the class up. Right. Okay. We got rice. We got bread. We got bread. We're gonna call it the council right now, right? Okay. Call. See if you can call it on my phone too.
Okay, I got you.
Or just call it and log me in right quick, right? Okay. I don't think we're missing nothing, right? Oh, cake. Let's get cake. We had cake in the Bible. Hold on. Okay. Hope it's the right one. See, there's more than one cake. Cakes of the dough. Okay. And they baked. Okay, hold on. I want the one where they made cakes to the Queen of Heaven, because that one was a real actual cake that we eat today. Okay, here we go. 3561, and it says Kawan. I don't want Kawan. Kawan means prepare. Okay, let's see what other cakes we got here. Okay, I need make 3 measures. Cake. Beside the cakes. Color. Okay, here we go. Cake. Cake is kala. Ain't that a name for a sister? Good night. She got the cake. Nah, let's stop. Right? But cake is, I spelled it wrong. Salakia. It's not Kala. Right? It's ka. Oh, okay. Cake. Right? Ka. La. Okay. Besides all of the humor, right? It's good that we can identify a C here and a C there. Of course, with language and learning language, there's psychology, right? So cake, kala, right? Good, right? I believe kal is pain. It's hurtful to make a cake. Oh, maybe it's a lot of time, right? But cake is kala, good, right? So we got lamb, tazaan, cow, which will be your beef, alap, rice, tazara, bread, lakam. Let me say dumpling. For the Benjamites out there, salah. Judites, you don't eat dumplings. I guess you ignore that one for now, right? Fruit, para'ah. Wine, yayan. Grape, which is the Lord's favorite fruit, ainab. Sugar, Basham.
I can't remember your name.
Hmm?
I'm trying to call your phone, but I don't have no confidence.
Oh, you don't gotta do that. I'm gonna log in myself. I'm gonna do it right now. All right, with that, I pass the class to priest and officer. Pratiza.
Clap it up.
Yeah.